deadlier than ever. North Korea's new naval power revealed. North Korea's latest frigate has been significantly damaged in an embarrassing incident during its launch ceremony, which was attended by Kim Jong Un. The country's leader described the mishap as a criminal act, before calling for the warship to be quickly restored. Satellite imagery circulating online shows the vessel lying on its side next to the dock where it was launched. Blue tarpaulins are seen draped over it in an effort to obscure the incident from prying eyes in orbit overhead. We now have additional satellite imagery and accompanying analysis of North Korea's failed warship launch courtesy of the Center for Strategic and International Studies, SI's, Beyond Parallel project, which can be found at the bottom of this story. Satellite image of the frigate on its side next to the dock seen in the tweet below. The vessel is the second of its class, following the Choi Hyan, which was officially unveiled last month. You can read all about the heavily armed class of frigates in our previous detailed analysis and follow-up report. The new frigate, the name of which is unknown, was being launched in the eastern port city of Chongjin yesterday. Properties: satellite_azimuth, -22.37184700390318, satellite_elevation, 58.68362338591949, sun_azimuth, 109.266397486304777, sun_elevation, 49.08136868881643. Satellite image taken on May 20, 2025, prior to the launch ceremony, showing the ship still on land. Photo copyright 2025 Planet Labs Inc., all rights reserved. Reprinted by permission. In a very rare move, the incident was quickly confirmed by North Korea, perhaps in an effort to get ahead of the news cycle once satellite imagery of the warship put any question about what had happened beyond doubt. Pyongyang's state-run KCNA news agency provided the following details of what happened. Due to inexperienced command and operational carelessness, the parallel movement of the bogies could not be guaranteed, resulting in the launching sled in the stern detaching first and causing the ship to capsize. The ship's balance was destroyed due to a rupture in the hull in some sections, and the bow section was unable to detach from the keel. In a photo taken in Seoul on May 22, 2025, people sit near a television showing news footage with a satellite still image courtesy of Maxar Technologies showing a general view of a new North Korean warship at the harbor ahead of its launch in Chongjin. A major accident occurred at the launch ceremony for a new North Korean naval destroyer, state media reported on May 22, with leader Kim Jong Un calling the mishap a criminal act. Photo by Anthony Wallace/AFP. Photo by Anthony Wallace/AFP via Getty Images. In a photo taken in Seoul on May 22, 2025, people sit near a television showing news footage with a satellite still image courtesy of Maxar Technologies showing a general view of a new North Korean warship ahead of its launch in Chongjin. Photo by Anthony Wallace/AFP. Anthony Wallace. The repercussions for those blamed for the incident, which brought the dignity and self-respect of the state to a collapse, are likely to be severe. Kim Jong Un made a stern assessment, saying that it was a serious accident and criminal act caused by absolute carelessness, irresponsibility, and could not be tolerated, KCNA reported. Kim said that the officials found responsible would be dealt with at the plenary meeting of the Party Central Committee in June. This is a high-level meeting of North Korea's ruling Workers' Party. At the same time, Kim called for the frigate to be restored before next month's meeting. This is a highly questionable timeline for the repairs, which are likely to be very extensive. An overall view of the Choi Hyan, the sister vessel of the frigate involved in the mishap. KCNA. The urgent restoration of the destroyer is not a simple practical issue, but a political issue directly related to the authority of the country, Kim added. Notably, the frigate was side-launched from the quay, in a new development for North Korea, which has previously used slipways to put large naval vessels into the water stern first. Side launch of a ship is often used when the water channel is too confined to allow for a slipway. While spectacular, this method is more complicated, requiring extensive support of the ship's weight along the length of its hull. A video shows the side launch of the future littoral combat ship USS Milwaukee into the Menominee River in 2013. The frigate is the second of its kind, which, with an estimated displacement of 5,000 tons, is the biggest in the North Korean naval fleet. The first of the class, the Choi Hyan, was launched in April at the western port of Nampo. As we reported at the time, only days after commissioning, the Choi Hyan was demonstrated firing a variety of weapons from its large array of vertical launch system, VLS, cells. The missiles appeared to include a previously unknown air defense missile and possibly a new supersonic cruise missile. A claimed supersonic cruise missile weapon is fired from one of the stern magazines aboard the Choi Hyan last month. KCNA. The most impressive feature of the North Korean frigate is its extensive array of VLS cells. As we have discussed before, the sheer number of VLS cells on this ship, 74 in all, is impressive, and these are provided in 4, or possibly even 5, different sizes to accommodate a wide range of missiles, including ballistic types. Before this incident, however, there had been possible signs of corners being cut in the rushed program to build these vessels. When the Choi Hyan was conducting weapons trials, there was a surprising suggestion that the warship still didn't have its full set of propulsion machinery fitted. This would imply that the vessel was towed out of the harbor for its weapons tests, which is a possibility. That might also help explain claims that North Korea built the Choi Hyan in just over a year. The speed of construction of the second frigate at Chungjin has also been rapid, and it's likely that corners were cut to speed this prestigious program. On the other hand, mishaps during the launching of vessels, including warships, are also not entirely uncommon. Meanwhile, the fact that North Korea is undertaking the simultaneous construction of 2 warships of this size in different locations is an impressive feat in itself. It points to just how important this program is to the regime and that its aspirations of putting by far its most impressive warship design into serial production are already manifesting, or at least attempting to. However, the fact that this is being done without first testing one of those hulls adds a significant level of concurrent risk. A view of the bow of the Choi Hyan under construction, with shipyard officials and Kim Jong Un in attendance, reveals its impressive size. KCNA. As we have discussed before, North Korea's frigate construction program is probably more about national prestige than building a credible fleet of surface combatants, evidenced by the fanfare surrounding the official unveiling of the Choi Hyan and Kim attending its weapons trials. At the same time, even a token capability can be powerful, especially if these frigates' ballistic and cruise missiles can also be nuclear-armed for strategic attacks. Kim Jong Un watches the weapons trials for the Choi Hyan. KCNA. Perhaps we will eventually learn more about what went wrong during yesterday's launch, but for now,